Hey, hi, hello, I am Michaela. I am the mama behind the Common Mama Co. and I'm a blog content writer and SEO strategist. And today I'm going to walk you through how to publish your blog post on the Hostinger website builder. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that we are logged into our Hostinger website. You should just press edit website in your dash and your screen should look like this one. Now it won't say the exact same as this is Ashley Lynn Fitness. It's not you, but use this as an example. So you need to make sure that it says update website, have your domain right here, and then say website builder in the top left corner. All right, so now that we're on a good pathway, let's go down to actually putting a blog post. So Hostinger has made it pretty easy. So you can just go to blog, perfect, we've got some, and you're gonna put add new post. Now, we don't want AI to write it. I know AI has its place and it is a tool that we can use, but we do not want to let it just handle the entirety of our blog writing, especially if the goal is to show up on Google. Unfortunately, it just doesn't give us the best results without a pretty good amount of editing and doing a lot of the work yourself. But so what we'll do is we'll press skip. I'll write it myself. And I already have. So this is a sample post. I did write it in Google Docs. I always recommend putting your draft in a separate place so that if something goes wrong in the blog writing process, that you do still have that back up there. But anyway, so make sure that if you do have it in a draft, go ahead and pull it up. If not, just keep that in mind for the future. All right, so now that we have this, we'll see that we have our blog post description, the date that it's going to publish, image, and where your post content is going to go. So the first thing I like to do is actually go to our post settings. And this is where you're going to see your post title, description, URL, all the good things. And I'm just going to bring over my post title. All right. We'll leave this here, but this is where you would write your description. We're not going to go through writing a description right now because that's a whole other thing on its own. The post URL, I do like to shorten my URLs, but we could do get your podcast to show up on Google or how to get your podcast to show up on Google. Don't like to put numbers in URLs just in case anything ever changes. Post author, that's me. And then post date. We're just going to call today. Why not? All right, so now that we've got that basic portion done, we're going to add our content. All right, so you copy, literally if you have it in a doc like this and if it's already formatted, you have your H2s, you have your backlinks, you have all these things, your paragraphs, it's gonna come right over to your Hostinger website. So just copy it, Control C, that's what I do. And then paste it where it says my post content. All right, and ta-da. Your blog post was brought right over. Now, if you do want to change anything, like for example, the spacing's a little bit odd. I'm not a huge fan of it, so I might add some spacing. That's something I might have to do manually or figure out how to do in my draft before it gets to this point. But you can add spacings. Now, for your headers, you can change these. So right now it's an H2, but I could do H3 or take it back to H2 because if it's not in the same format. I can change the font size and any of these other settings. So link it, turn into bullets. You can do anything you want with actually writing, but you can change if you're copying over and you want to change. But otherwise, the actual blog post is pretty much done. What I would say, like as my roundup or finish up, I do like to do my images last, just in case I find any opportunities for adding images or doing the featured image or want to change my mind last minute about what the featured image is. So I normally go to post settings, featured image. So this is like when people see your blog post on your blog page, that's what they're going to see, the featured image. If people Google your website and the post pops up, or Google the query and your post pops up and it shows an image, this is the image that it's going to show. But for now, I'm just going to choose one that I already have. I'm going to choose this one right here. And if you do want to add alt image description, you just go to details and you'll add that alt text. But for now, we'll just add it as is. So select, save, and then for this image we'll edit image, replace image, select again, and then you can change the alt text here. All right, but that's only for in-post photos. But voila, you've pretty much created a blog post. Now all you'll need to do is change your status to public, update website, and it's live. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments down below. If you want to learn more about optimizing your blog post for SEO or just optimizing your website in general, I do have a free checklist. You can grab it down in the description below. And if you want to learn more about setting up your Hostinger website or setting up your Hostinger website to get found on Google and using those Google tools, I do have a playlist down below as well. Until next time, bye.